It's Monday. I give up. I give in. Here I am.
What city is that?
Blurrsburg.
Okay.
I don't know. It's probably Norway. Right, honestly. I don't know.
Good morning, everybody. Tonight's Edge After.
Mecca's in the chat. The link's in the link's in the chat, Mecca. I don't know what you're talking about. It's been there for like fucking 10 minutes. But all right. Anyway. How's everybody doing out there? Script Doctor, where's he at too?
Oh.
It's just you and I. Strange. It's awkward.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
We got a super chat already. Captain Harris sends in $5. Your favorite.
Oh boy, Captain Harris, we're here to torment me. Instead of talking about
It
Kathy,
didn't show up. It just didn't show up on Twitter at all. Like I was sitting there waiting. It didn't show up on Twitter.
Hit refresh.
is this? Uh-oh. Instead of
Yeah,
talking
like
about,
Rob, if you notice that I'm like not in there and I'm asking about the link, maybe make sure you send me the link, because I might not have seen it. Yeah. Oops.
I did an oopsie. Captain Harris, $5. Here's $5. Instead of talking about Kathy, this is now an interview of Kathy and her husband, done by John Wayne. Congo.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, Kathy just discovered books, folks. She can read.
Hooked on Phonics worked for her.
You do know that Kathy was just throwing shade at Bob Iger, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
She was the
where
idiot that said it last year anyway. So
yeah, in like 2019, where she's like, "Oh, we don't have any source material or anything." It was more of a because Bob Iger got rid of it in the deal.
Well, she was ahead of Lucasfilm. She could have still used it.
I think she still could have, but I think she's just playing. I think they're playing politics, is what they're doing. They're playing dirty politics by trying to
That's
just throw
plausible.
shade at each other.
Well, it's probably the whole thing with the Headland thing too. So Mecca, I don't know if Mecca can do it, John Wayne.
Can I do what?
A John Wayne impression.
No.
I'm gonna say Captain Hare's on this kick. He's got everybody doing John Wayne impressions.
Yeah, I don't really do impressions. So.
All right. So yeah, our good buddies over at Star Wars is Dumb did the story. Unless you got another version, Rob. Culture Casino coming in with $1.49 super chat, super sticker. Well, then we'll just go with Disney Star Wars is Dumb version.
Kathleen Kennedy, it's just another layer of stupid.
Yeah.
Every day, it's just like there's Star Wars books. I had no idea. The direct reports on comments from Kathleen Kennedy made to the Wrap. Oh yeah, it was an ever evolving process. When I personally came into this, George had already been having conversations with his previous actors, Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill. That was a saga that the fans loved, and he never finished. He always talked about doing 9 movies. He was all ready to complete that. And so our focus has been from the beginning to finish that saga. No, you didn't finish that saga, you dumbass. You didn't. That's not
very true. All right, we got a couple more super chats here.
Mm-hmm. Jedi Master Zootopia, $5. Tom, you left me alone with my own thoughts. Don't ever do that again. Anyway, yes, Kathy, perhaps you've heard of the treatments for the sequel trilogy.
There's the other one.
Okay. Mr. Wolverine 007, $5. Don't worry. The day you guys are professional is when I know something's up.
That's right.
Yes, okay. And now we're stepping back. Stories have been told.
I guess there was a super chat before we start. I'd have to go to the. I think I'm gonna have to go to the YouTube thing because it's no longer on here. I'll have to go back and check on that real quick. So I'll go grab that while you grab this and get back to the story, and then I'll pop in.
Yeah. Catherine here, $2. Kennedy's the last clone. Yeah, she is. Poor Kathy. No, poor Kathy. Screw her. Well, that's her job. And now we're stepping back. Stories have been told within this universe over the last 40-odd years. And now the realization that this technology that actually spans about 25 years. What the fuck has she been?
You just cut out on me. I don't know if it was just me.
No, it's probably me. And now there's this realization that this is a mythology that actually spans about 25,000 years. Where the fuck have you been? Seriously, lady, you don't know anything about this property.
She doesn't care. She's just the chick who was like she's the couch that came along with the house you bought. Mm-hmm. That you can't throw out because the old owner is going to come and check on it every once in a while.
You still got my couch? My couch still over there?
That's how Kathy is. But no, I really legit think she's now trying to save face because everybody called her out on that. And I think that my gut tells me she initially meant that as a dig to Bob Iger and was trying to pass the buck to him to save herself. And back in November when she did that, well, it's not like we have any material. Remember, it was on the Rolling Stone interview. So my gut tells me that she's just bad at throwing shade to Bob Iger publicly. And she's so dislikable that and so incompetent, to be honest, that we all jumped on her. I jumped on her. We all jumped on her about those books and comics and all the EU that they threw out.
But they didn't exist.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, she would have had to have known about them. I mean, I think she's kind of probably forgetful. She probably just completely spaced it for a lot of it. But I mean, at the same time, to be completely fair, they couldn't really use it anyway. So it's not like they did have all of the source material. It's not like they had it. They couldn't use it.
Why didn't I'm still confused at why they wouldn't have had it though. Other than she just decided not to use it.
Wasn't it part of the deal? It was part of the deal that they
had everything.
No, she wanted
to use everything.
That they could use it. Because that's where I'm a little unclear on. Because I was under the impression that they couldn't use it as part of it went along with the toys and the merch and all that.
No, that was the whole other thing was that Bob even bought extra George's treatments of the sequel trilogy because it was like we got to do this, otherwise George is going to be pissy or whatever. But the deal was they didn't have to use them.
Yeah,
they didn't have to use them. They could do whatever they wanted, and that's what George was trying to say was when Force Awakens came out in so many words is it was already written. Why didn't they just do it?
Yeah.
That was the whole point. Yeah.
Wasn't there this thing that they would have to pay George for anything that they use from the extended?
That's just like a residual fee. Like when you're talking about like if you create a character, like this is what I was talking to EVS about. Like if you create a character, even though it's technically owned by DC, it's like you get residuals, right? He's like, yeah. I said, I think that's the same thing here with George. Is yes, he sold everything to Disney. But since he created Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader and R2-D2, if they use them in their original forms, they have to pay him residual fees. That's all. And Disney is already paying him because he's the largest stockholder that's a living entity and not a business, if you count Apple. That's why they probably just don't want to double pay him. Captain Air sends in $2. Kathleen Kennedy is a last cup of tea.
I like what Ichibaka says here. After over 4 decades of dialogue with the works of Joseph Campbell, and now there's a realization.
Welcome, script doctor.
Hello.
Hey. There's now a realization that this is a mythology. Hello, McFly.
Well, to be fair, she probably doesn't watch them after the fact. Even at the premiere, she's probably just zoning
All the
out.
movies, yeah, probably.
Yeah, she doesn't watch them.
Like
She doesn't
this
care about
shit.
them.
She
No.
don't care. It's not her bag. So just I think it's more or less she's just trying to pass the buck at this point.
Yeah. Do you think she walked into Lucasfilm and she's
Well, I mean, Mecca might not be wrong that it was Bob's choice not to use this stuff. That's obvious. But I'm just saying, like, you know, as far as like if she really, really, really wanted to, I'm sure she could have, is what I was saying.
But that takes a lot of work. That means you have to find somebody, or you have to go in and actually sit down and read the Star Wars books.
Well, that part absolutely, yeah.
She's
She
not
didn't
going to
want to
want
do the work.
She's not.
Well, we learned that from the fucking Mandalorian going into Solo. They had how many goddamn months to fix these scripts that they said were done when you're in the middle of shooting this whole other show that obviously has the same storyline to it.
Yeah.
What Einstein finally came up to her and said, "Hey, by the way, you know, 3 months too late, right? Script. I mean, how does this kind of shit happen?"
Yeah. Lack of communication, really.
Because I mean, even I guarantee you, I'm sure, like, you know, from being in a writer's room at some point, like, especially, I don't know if you've ever been in one where there's multiple shows going on, but I got to think, you know, with some of the ones you've been involved with, there's got to be some kind of outside whatever going on hubbub that relates to your film or show. Like, don't you think?
Well,
like,
usually the showrunner's assistant, not always, but usually the showrunner's assistant is in charge of continuity. So if it conflates with something that would, if it's, say, something in a larger franchise, like a bunch of CSI Miami shows or what have you, or NCIS or those types of procedurals, if they ever do a crossover, those people have to get together and work out the kinks to make sure that everything is fluid so that the fans can understand what's going on.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, if you have a show that's similar, you would think you'd figure that out earlier than they did.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to get to the dashboard here so I can see the earlier super chats.
I put a few of them in the private chat here.
Well, I got the ones that have come up since we started, but I missed.
Yeah, these are the before ones. Those are.
Oh, okay. Chris Persia, is that the one? That's the one I missed right there. Thank you, Mecca. He said $10 Canadian. Cool. Making good for my request on Mead Radio. And because you're all awesome, you owe me $10 for Mead Radio? I did not know. Okay. Nobody owes me anything, I should say, but that's cool. I didn't even remember that as far as like you owing or saying you were going to pay me a $10 thing for Mead Radio, but thank you, Chris. Adam Wolford sent in $2, said, so is Tom or Rob booming it? Or I think it's just the internet's having a day between the huge fucking update that took well over an hour to do. I don't know if everybody else is having the same problem if they hadn't done it yet, but yeah, heads up, folks. If you decide to click the little thing to do the update, it's going to take a while, especially if you have a slower computer or internet. I imagine it takes even longer because this is actually a pretty fast computer and it took a while. So there we go. And I think we're caught up then, except for the newest ones. Which we got here. We got the Mr. Wolverine and Adam Wolford one, right? Yeah, because those was that. Okay, we got that one. Okay. Here we are with Zontar. That's a new name. Canadian $5. A lot of Canadians tonight. Are you bringing in all the Canadian script?
Maybe.
Is it because I called you an alien?
So we get to talk a lot. So
is it because I called you an alien?
Well, technically I would be to Americans.
Well, that's where I said, yeah. I don't know. Did you see that post I made earlier, Rob?
No, I don't think I did.
You are man. It was hilarious.
What?
Yes. You always miss the funny shit I do.
You're right.
That's how much I care about this Star Wars crap. At this point. Well, finish the story and I'll show you my tweet. Oh, wait, we got super chats here to finish too. We didn't even read this one. Could the lower decks number disparity between the rumor and reported stem from the French broadcast numbers being added to the English one? I didn't know about that.
That also could be the case, yeah.
Yeah, Script's the one who actually helped us look into a lot of that since it was Canadian. We needed a translator, eh? There's too many A's in there. But no, that's a very good possibility if it's not what we said in the first place. That's a very, Very good possibility.
Or like
Maybe,
the numbers that you guys received from the other source was probably for the just everyone but Quebec. But what I was able to provide was the national. So that's the whole country.
so there you go. But the point is they're still not even they're still well under like around 500,000 viewers up there, which is not good.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to get any more. This isn't the type of show that's going to gain viewers or anything. It's going to be...
You rarely do, unless you get like a Game of Thrones type show.
Yeah, unless it's really good, it's not going to gain viewers.
Unless the next episode of Lower Decks is freaking amazing, that word of mouth causes people to tune in more. Yeah.
But what are the chances of that? If you have a good chance, that asteroid's going to hit the Earth before that happens.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Our buddy Lost Jedi sent in $5. Says, "Oof, she's gonna be pissed when she reads that Han and Luke actually contributed in a positive way after Return of the Jedi," and that could very well be another reason why she rejected all this other stuff. Like, I mean, going back to what Mecca and I were talking about before, like she had access to this, and it could have been Bob who just said ignore it. But it could have been her.
Not to just slam her too much because that's just in my gut. I don't see her as being as malicious as a lot of people say. I think she just doesn't.
She may not be, but I also don't think she's that smart, and I also don't think she genuinely gives a shit about Star Wars or the fans.
No, I think she's overly confident.
There wasn't a strong female character in any of those stories. I didn't want anyone to outshine my perfect Rey.
That's what I'm thinking. I really am. And I'm not trying to like throw that on her or anything, but
you're just a toxic man, just like Frank. You're not allowed to think.
But here's the other thing, like, shut up, Kathy, because even if it was Bob, she's the captain of this ship. And the captain takes the blame. The captain goes down with the ship, no matter whose fault it is, all the way down to the poop deck swabber or whatever the fuck you call him.
But Tom, she's a woman. She's not going to take the blame. That's the thing. It's going to be everyone else's fault except hers.
And to me, that feels like a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Cowardice move?
Cowardly, yeah.
Because, Bob's already technically taken the blame for everything. If she really wanted to show how much of a great leader she was, she should be out there going, oh, no, like, we really should have paid a little bit more attention to the fans and maybe not ignored all these other things. And even if she would have come out and said, just real quick, sorry. Even if she'd come out and said that if we want to give the fans something different, we didn't want to give them what they already read, I think I could probably forgive that. If you get what I'm saying. If she just said that we just didn't want to give them the same old thing, but yeah.
What's the first thing you do as a comedian? You read the room. She misread the room. She thought she was going to be able to bring in not only her own people, but her own fans. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but she's not a Nolan. She's not Spielberg. Nobody knows who the fuck she is. Nobody gives a shit who she is except for the fact that she's worked with Spielberg. And I hate saying it, but it's fucking true. I mean, she's done nothing of note on her own. Nothing. Even at least Frank made Congo.
That's right. This Kenobi
slaved over that film.
You did, Frank. You absolutely did.
Arachnophobia was a walk in the park, though. But that was just because of John Goodman. He's the easiest man to work with in cinema. So that's all there is to it. I mean, Arachnophobia is available as well, folks, but the real deal's Congo. Congo!
Is it difficult with Jeff Daniels' method acting as a doctor all the time, trying to give people injections and whatnot?
He's a method actor? I thought he was a real doctor.
Yeah, I know. Daniels is a method actor, yeah.
Oh, shit. He delivered my babies. No.
That's why he used ice.
That's why he's what?
He used ice tongs.
All right, back to this fucking story before I die.
Well, like I said, like she's gonna be blameless. She's not gonna accept, and she's not gonna learn a thing. This Kenobi series, there's a picture that the poster for the Kenobi series on the other article. I mean, I don't know if that's that is a.
I don't know if it's legit or not. Yeah.
No, that's probably a fan drawing, fan art. But that was her way. I'm like, okay, you want something that appeals. Here you go. While here, enjoy this while I go keep fucking everything up on the.
I will give her credit for one thing.
What?
I don't know if I give it credit or if I'll just like say, "Oh, well, good for you," or give her a little one-hand clap. Basically, or golf clap or whatever. Yeah. Because basically, she does say, the whole Baby Yoda thing, this, that, and the other, but she called it Baby Yoda. And she didn't go off on this whole, like, oh, it really is the child, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's like, well, we didn't call it Baby Yoda, but she continued to refer to it as Baby Yoda. And I'm glad, because you want to know why? That means she's acknowledging that, you know what? Everybody understands the goddamn thing's called the child, but that is so fucking generic.
It's Baby Yoda.
Like I've said before, if I go around saying I love the child, I'm gonna have fucking Chris Hansen at my door.
Right?
But if I go around saying Baby Yoda, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I love Baby Yoda too." or if you're Ryan Cannell, you just want to kill it. But
people wrote songs about Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. Baby
I
Yoda.
told myself I wasn't gonna buy any more Baby Yoda stuff, but guess what? I bought my dad today.
A Baby Yoda.
Well, here's the thing. He loves, like, okay, my dad is like that guy on the block who has all those, and I don't know why this is surprising to anybody because he's my dad. He's the guy on the block who has 20 fucking big, huge blow up fucking characters on his lawn for every holiday.
Oh,
Your
yeah. That's probably something that'd be in your family.
So,
your dad's Clark Griswold.
yes, my dad is very much part Griswold. And I told him today, I'm like, don't buy too many more of your blow up things. He's like, why? I was expecting him to say I bought 10 today or something. He's like,
your dad sounds awesome.
I'm like, I bought you some, and he's like, oh really? Like what? I'm like, I can't tell you till I show you. But like one I might keep, but that's just because I don't think you'll want it and it'll scare the kids because it was a Chucky one. But I got him a Baby Yoda one, and the other two are Ghostbuster ones, Slimer and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, those are good choices, yeah.
But I probably, I don't know, the Chucky one, I'm like, I don't know if he'll take that one or not. He might be like, those scare the kids. So I might get stuck with that one anyway. But not that I'm complaining. But anyway, yes. Speaking of Baby Yoda and Star Wars, she was talking about the child, or Baby Yoda's, and she was like, "Oh, this, that, and the other," and we kept it a secret and blah 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 bullshit. Backtracking on more of this stuff, and I don't think it was so much you guys wanted to keep it a secret as that nobody wanted to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But I'd love to hear the true story behind that one.
Yeah. It's. But like I said, though, she went right back at it. Though there's this other article from Epic Stream: hiring female filmmakers for Star Wars is absolutely a priority for Lucasfilm.
Instead of making stories that people want.
Yeah. Well, this is this going along with that other one where they just hired somebody else to do this kind of a thing over at where was it? Was it Nickelodeon or Disney Television? I can't remember.
Oh, Disney Television, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So is this related to the same thing?
That's from the same interview from the rap that she just did.
Okay.
She's hired. She's fired more directors than she's hired. Yeah. Rowan Ginger.
Here's the thing: if you want to keep him, just let him.
Slimer sleep up.
Just let him.
Just let him. What the hell?
It could be worse. He could be asking for some butt stuff.
I found they had who had it? I saw it online.
Butt stuff?
No,
probably Pornhub.
No, Ghostbusters Remastered, the video game.
Like yeah, that's been out for like 2 years now, I think.
Oh, it has?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh well.
They might be re-promoting it because the movie was supposed to be out a month ago, but because I know that's where all that stuff wound up at Walmart because of the movie, but they just never. Well, because the plastic companies are like, we got to get money back.
Have you played the Ghostbusters video game?
Oh hell yeah, years ago.
Good.
I liked it. A lot of people think that the story is good enough to be a Ghostbusters 3. I do like some of the callbacks to the other two films. I do enjoy that the original cast is back, but Bill Murray is phoning it in so fucking bad that he is doing probably some of the worst video game acting in the history of video game acting. And the fact that you don't get to play as any of the other Ghostbusters, it's not very freeform at all, to where you're pretty constricted. I was very upset. Like, have the game, but what they missed out on was the opportunity to have people go online as groups of Ghostbusters and just go around town like GTA busting ghosts.
I bet you that
would be cool.
That's what I said. That was like the biggest missed opportunity of that game, to create your own Ghostbuster and create your teams of Ghostbusters and just go around busting ghosts.
Ghostbusters on, and here you go.
That's what I'm talking about. Who the fuck? I don't know why anybody hasn't thought of this yet, but I was thinking of this when the game came out. I'm like, that's what this game is missing, because that game came out right around the same time, I think, as GTA 4, which was one of my first experiences besides sports games online, if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, why is this not a thing on here? This is weird. I just don't get it. It would be so easy, I bet, too. And sure, you'd probably be limited to whatever places are in the game, but I'm sure they could have added more places to the map over time. You just put a map of New York in there.
They've got plenty of digital landscape New York.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you just keep building in places you can go. You start with places like the Sedgwick and stuff like that are in the game. But then you just keep building from there. I don't know. Anyway, lost opportunity, in my opinion. If not, if you're game people out there listening, there's your fucking idea. So
I'm sure people have pitched that idea.
And yeah, Shay, he's right. It was pretty much the same script as Ghostbusters Go to Hell, but it was just readapted to a game. Yeah. Jagerbomb, haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Sends in $5. Is there any hope on the horizon? Surely there must be something to look forward to, some good to come out of this whole mess of a few years, right? You know what? We got Cobra Kai season 3 coming.
Yes.
We're getting close enough now. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy Bill and Ted's 3. I'm not going to say anything more than that.
I was right. It's not going to be woke, according to the director or writer, rather.
Let's go through the remainder of this Kathleen Kennedy story, and then we could talk about something fun.
And we got Ghostbusters, that's coming next year. Hopefully, that's good.
She doubles down, triples down on the stupid Kathleen Kennedy. Lucasfilm may have been taking steps to increase diversity and representation in the Star Wars film franchise. However, while people from the minority groups find roles to play in front of the camera, the studio has yet to hire a female director to take on major Star Wars films. Sure, Victoria Mahoney might have been the second unit director of Star Wars: The Rise of Soy Walker, and Deborah Chow might have directed episodes of Star Wars: The Mandalorian. However, all the lead directors in the Star Wars film franchise have been men: George Lucas, Irvin Kershner, Richard Marquand, Dave Filoni, Clone Wars movie, J.J. Abrams, Ryan Roundhead Johnson, Gareth Edwards. What about the guys they fired? The directorial lineup of the Star Wars film franchise has been dominantly male. Things are about to change, though. Now that Star Wars is moving away from the Skywalker saga, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy promises to prioritize finding female directors for the galaxy far, far away. Kennedy recently spoke in an interview with The Wrap to talk about the future of the franchise, and it looks like female directorship is part of the Star Wars tomorrow. It's absolutely a priority. It's been very exciting to see the talent that's come in, Kennedy told the entertainment news outlet. And now we're developing a limited Obi-Wan Kenobi series with Deborah Chow, and she's just been doing a phenomenal job. This priority shows because not only is Deborah Chow set to direct Lucasfilm's upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series for Disney+, but Russian Doll co-creator Leslie Headland is also developing her own female-centric Star Wars Disney series for the streaming site, which will never see the light of day. That's my interjection. The Skywalker Saga / Palpatine Saga is available for streaming on Disney+. Go away. Please go away, Kathy. Please. Shut up.
Your cricket's back.
Yes. Hey, don't speak
or is it Cricket Junior?
It's Buddy.
probably a
sounds
new
like there's
one.
two of them.
It's been there for like what?
They
Every
don't live
year he
that
gets a new
long.
one. Right? Every year he gets a new one. So
I'm saying
he's
it's
had
like
this for like 3
Junior.
weeks.
Buddy Junior.
I'm gonna step on it.
It sounds like two of them, actually.
Bad luck.
Now that we've said it, everybody's going to hear it for the rest of the show. I'm so sorry. It's how the Crickets got their name.
That's right.
He's the only one who can keep a beat.
That's right.
That's one of my favorite scenes in that movie. That's how much I give a shit about this.
That is a great movie.
Fucking, it's an awesome movie.
Oh my god, what the hell kind of picture did you send me, Mecca?
Is it porn?
No, it's Edward Sparkle Pants in his.
It's something Gary responded to somebody with, and I wanted to get your reaction.
I forgot about my Facebook post.
Crying out loud. There's your Batman, folks.
You should share it.
Oh, yeah, share it.
He looks more like Noel Fielding, but in a bad way.
So sorry we were late tonight, guys. Like half the audience is here. It's my fault.
Who's Noel Fielding?
I think it's just a slow week from.
Well, it was because we started over half hour late. Fucking update. Took over an hour. I literally went to the store, came back, and it was still going.
Clear as Saturday if you're gonna do the update.
Yeah. There it is. What the fuck? Isn't that like what's his face?
That's Batman.
Oh, that is him. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a man bun without the man.
I get it as an actor, but at the same time, don't. If I have to rescue you, maybe you're not a good superhero. Just say it.
Captain Harry $5. Hey Rob, remember that John Stewart's rant against deep dish pizza? Yes, that was a good segment. I recommend watching it on YouTube after the show. Oh, I remember that. I remember he had the mayor of Chicago come on,
he was bitching about pizza or what?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Dish pizza.
Deep dish pizza isn't pizza; it's a pie or a cake.
He's not totally wrong, but it is still some of the best pizza I've ever fucking had.
It's still. Oh, I don't argue that's delicious.
Adam Wolford sends in $5. Says for the part where we wouldn't want to see the same thing that we have read. BS, how awesome would it have been to see Mara Jade and Thrawn? No, I get what you're saying, but what I was saying is even if she at least said that as an excuse, I think I could have forgiven her or at least understood where she was coming from. Because even I said back then, I'm like, I don't want this to be exactly what's in the books because that's all I need is some asshat behind me going, so-and-so is going to kill so-and-so next. They're going to this planet for this thing next. And this is where they're going to get this. It's like, I don't need that. I don't read books. I don't, I don't even want to know what's happening. Like, I just wanted a good story. I just wanted to see Luke, Leia, and Han on screen together again. That kind of a thing. But no, like I was just saying, if she would have just been like, look, I made a mistake. I thought maybe we're going to try and do something new for all the fans who'd already read all this stuff. So we give them a surprise, that kind of a thing. I'd be willing to accept that as like, I tried something different or tried to do something different and I fucked up. But she didn't. She's not owning anything. She's not taking responsibility for anything. She's basically, I think Mecca's right. I think she's trying to pass the buck. No, I'm not saying it would be a good thing. You don't have to agree with me if it would be a good thing. I'm just saying it'd be a more acceptable excuse.
Well, they fired was Kiri Hart instead of her. Remember? I mean, she's. So I mean, that was the first sign she wasn't going to own any of this.
Have we read any nonfiction? Oh, you did. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I thought you were asking us. Okay. That alone should disqualify him from being Batman, right? Look, I get it. Like, there's even some of our friends and YouTubers and stuff like that who are all hopped up on this. I get it. He may be good in the film, but not a damn thing have I seen yet that has convinced me otherwise. And then this goes to to a couple different people right now who are trying to accuse a lot of us of just being haters to hate. We don't like to hate anything. Like, we don't go into anything wanting to hate on it.
I don't want to hate a Batman movie.
You know what I hated when I
Likewise.
watched Bill and Ted?
What?
Going in with this, like, I got to watch this now, looking for the woke shit.
Yeah, taking mental notes of like what to report back on. What are people going to be triggered by? What are people going to be upset with?
Like, I hate that. I
Mhm.
hate going to see every movie like that now. That's what I hate. I love being surprised. I love seeing something different, new. Sure, I wasn't a fan of the Snyderverse, but you know what? I'm excited for those who are excited, but don't be a dick about it. Don't remind us why we hated Snyder fans to begin with.
Oh, I'm getting a ton
I
of
know.
them. My
I've
videos can be
seen it.
ratio to my
I've seen
trailers.
it. And it's the same thing. It's kind of where I'm coming from.
Yeah, because see, that's the thing. Like, and people are like, just admit you don't like comics. I've never said it.
Never said she did. Yeah.
But what part of my office says I'm a comic book?
No, the closest thing you come to this is you're a big fan of the 60s Batman, I'd say.
Yeah, and that's more because I'm a 60s TV person. And I can appreciate Batman. But no, I'm like the consumer advocate coming in and being like, yes, I'm supportive of people getting it. But it's still the same 4-hour version of a movie that I didn't like or didn't want to see in the first place because it's too much CGI. I look at it and I'm like, well, first off, I don't like Superman as a character. Second off, I don't really, and that's just a personal preference. That's just because I find him kind of boring. Personally, as somebody who likes, other stuff like Star Wars and Star Trek, I'm more of a Star Trek person, even though FizzGig took a little dive back there. When people look at me, for example, and they're surprised. Like, how are you surprised that I don't want a 4-hour version of a movie I didn't want to watch in the first place? Like,
right. And then that's just it. I think a lot of people are forgetting that aspect.
Yeah.
And I think they're forgetting a lot of what the Phantom Menace is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to agree with you.
Perform.
And I've seen other YouTubers going after us and other individuals for Star Trek things and other things that we are actually have done lots of streams with. And I'm not going to say names, but it's like, dude, if you're going to sit there and call us SJWs and then turn around and bitch because we don't like something you like, I think it's time to look in the mirror. Because that's exactly what an SJW does.
Exactly.
So,
and I don't have any problem with people liking these and wanting it. I'm very excited that people are getting the movie that they wanted and they signed up for. If we could go in and get Han, Luke, and Leia coming back and get like a re-edit of Force Awakens and a re-edit of the Disney trilogy for Star Wars, that would be amazing. I would probably still say it sucks, but at least give I would at least be happy that we would get it, right? And that's kind of how I am with the whole Snyder stuff and the Batman stuff and the other thing that I'm getting slammed with on those is that I don't like the music in the trailers. And I threw three trailer kind of comments in one video, but one of them I really did like, and that was the Wonder Woman one. Despite the fact that it's going to be all woke SJW Orange Man bad crap, it just depends on how it's going to play out in the final version of the film if I'll even notice it. Because sometimes they say this just to market to people. Sometimes they're leading questions. I mean, Collider was flat out leading on that question.
no, I think go ahead, Rob.
No, go ahead.
There it comes. You're up. Yeah, okay, go. Hello?
I'm waiting for you, Rob.
Oh, jeez. All right, no, Tom. I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, then just do Nelson Sharita's super chat. He says, pink hair. What happened to Michael Keaton? And that's a great example. A lot of people weren't into. I'll be honest with you. If you could find it on the internet before, because there wasn't much social media then, I was totally against Heath Ledger as the Joker. Like, I was one of those big advocates again, and I admitted I was wrong. Like, he blew me the fuck away. I couldn't believe it. I'm not, and Sparkle Pants could fucking blow me away. Don't get me wrong. But after seeing that picture, I don't know about that. But you might want to do something else. No, I'm kidding. Of course. I don't want him to. But no, like, look, it took me like 20 some years to warm up to Leonardo DiCaprio. I fucking hated Leonardo DiCaprio for I don't know how long. You guys have no idea. Like, it wasn't until he started doing shit like The Departed and stuff like that. And I think the time I kind of warmed up to him was the one with Tom Hanks, the Steven Spielberg one. Catch Me If You Can. That was probably, I'm like, okay, I can't take it anymore. He makes too many good movies I like, but I've hated his ass since Romeo and Juliet and fucking Titanic. So, like, I don't understand, you know, and I went to see Romeo and Juliet because I wanted to go see a good Romeo and Juliet movie, and I just thought it was fucking stupid, and he was a big problem in it. But there's just so many things with that movie that's weird. I own it now. I haven't watched it in years, but I don't know. Terminus EST sends in $5. Kathleen Kennedy discovering EU books is like a more morbidly obese man discovering his peen after using an X-ray. Ouch. Is Fat Steven Seagal in the chat? He might know something about that. Nelson Strata sends in another $2. We do not hate to hate. They give us reasons. Yeah. And that's the other thing is, like, you know, if you're going to go after another YouTuber for their opinion, that is the dumbest thing ever, because that is clearly exactly what we do. And you're the biggest motherfucking hypocrite in the world. It's a bit different to be critical of a TV show, an actor, a director, what have you. But then to attack another YouTuber who does what you do too and try to say this or that about it's just the dumbest shit ever.
This doesn't even make you a hypocrite. It just makes you pathetic and sad. And
it does make you a hypocrite because he's bitched about and she's bitched about or they bitched about plenty of things. You know what I mean? So, like, for them to turn and be like, well, fuck you because of your fucking opinion, that is the exact opposite of what the Phantom Menace is about. I'm sorry. Yeah. Ensign Ricky sent in $5. I'm from Chicago, and our famous deep dish pizza is overrated. You need utensils, and it's messy. I agree. Our Ma and Pa regular pizza is fire as fuck, though. But it's just the style. I understand. I totally get it.
I like thin crust. The thin crust Neapolitan style.
Well, that's because you're from that area.
Yeah.
So that's why. Yeah, worst Romeo and Juliet. You know, I wouldn't have been so pissed if they'd have just had them. They should have modernized the dialogue too. And I can't believe I'm saying that from somebody who was forced to learn so much Shakespeare.
How do you make an American lose interest in a movie? Put William Shakespeare in it. Shakespeare in the title.
Unless you got what's his face directing it, then we'll usually go Kenneth Branagh. But oh shit! All right, folks. What else was there to talk about besides the DC stuff? Because I'm not in the mood to talk about that. We talked about that all fucking weekend.
Yeah, it doesn't really have much of a lasting effect for the conversation afterwards.
Well, no, I'm glad for those who are happy, but
yeah, me too.
When 90% of the shit that came out of there, I just don't give a shit about, or I think looks bad, and you get attacked for it, then what the hell's the point? I know where Mecca comes from. Oh yeah, I forgot about the tweet. The tweet that I actually fucking tagged you in, Rob.
Oh.
And I guess this would make Mecca the princesses. I just realized.
Or Missy.
Yeah.
Or Missy. Yeah, that would be a good one too. At Midnight's Edge, we are two idiots who share a brain with a very gloomy guy hovering over us with a very powerful accent. It probably has special powers. We are Bill and Ted.
Oh, you guys have special powers.
And Robert Burnett is Rufus.
Yep. Because Matt's like, can I be Rufus? It's like, I don't know. I was thinking Robert Meyer Burnett. Honestly, he's like the other half of Station with the Script, because Script said, well, who does that make me? I said, well, you're the alien and you're really smart. So do you have a...
So who am I?
I said you could be Missy or one of the princesses, I suppose. I just was thinking that earlier. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, just as long as I don't have to bang any of you guys' dads and marry them.
Then you'll be your own stepdad.
Shut up.
Shut up, Ted. Diego Flores sends in a 32.90 Peruvians. Holy cow. Well, thank you. I think people turn against you is because they think will get clout. Excuse me. And align with powers at B and Hollywood, not understanding they will never get that and be alone in the community. You're partially right, probably. I don't want to sit there and like encourage
Speculate.
and speculate like this idea that, you know, just because somebody's not going to agree with you that you're going to lose all your friends. That's the part that bothers me, is I don't care if somebody likes or dislikes something. That's like the whole point. But if you're going to come after me because of how I feel about something, then you have a lot of gall to call somebody an SJW or a, you know, or a grifter or something like that. So it just feels really kind of shitty that somebody would do that, especially when they do exactly what you do, and they've bitched about plenty too. So yeah. Oh, I'm talking about a lot of people, Miguel. I'm talking about a lot of people. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't try to give too much attention to those who try to come after us, because that's not what we do here. I'll be critical all day of a movie, a television show, what have you, but you aren't going to sit here and hear me shit on other YouTubers, because that's not what we do.
No,
Raging,
just unsubscribe and move on.
Exactly. That's the other thing. If you're going to sit there and take your time to come, like Mecca had somebody go after her too. It's like, really, dude, you're going out of your way to bitch about her content. Then why watch? You clicked on her face. So
you clicked on me. Well, that's the thing. Like on Twitter, like the guy was like, "Just admit, okay, I admit it. I don't really like the superhero stuff as much as I like Star Trek." Sorry, is that a crime? Am I supposed to know everything? See, this is one of those things. I'm gonna turn the camera for this. This is one of those things that pisses me off as a girl, that you get interrogated, you get quizzed. This is why I stay out of comic book shops and don't even bother with a lot of these fandoms, because the fans. This is what we talk about with toxic fans. You know, if you're a girl and you don't know every single specific detail of every little thing, there's no entry point. You have to be an automatic expert, or else your opinion's completely discredited on something.
I don't know every single little detail.
Yeah, and then if you get one little fact incorrect, even just a little smidgen, then your entire point is just completely made null and void, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't like get into arguing semantics. I don't do debates. I don't do, those sort of streams. And I just tell people, especially Star Trek, because Star Trek's getting pretty bad, where we're kind of getting back to this whole, you have to prove that you're a credible source of information because you have to answer all these trivia questions.
That's right.
It's like, fine. I won't. That's why I don't debate and argue. I just say, this is my opinion. And if I do a review of something, like somebody's giving me shit also. They're like, oh, you pass yourself off as a movie critic and you're all pretentious. Like, where do I say I'm a film critic on my YouTube channel? Like, I think I have 12 film reviews. And that's usually because it's a movie I had been talking about for like a year in advance with all their behind the scenes BS and drama.
Yeah, I will say there's maybe 2 or 3 movies that I can think of offhand that you've only gone to see just for like, because you felt like you needed to for the channel or something like that. But otherwise, you go and yeah. Otherwise, you generally just see shit only if you really want to. So like, there goes back to the whole like, why would Mecca's not one of those where she really wants to go out and take the time and do all this shit if she thinks she's going to hate something.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense. Like, she really genuinely goes out to try and have a good time. So Raging Rhino, thank you so much, buddy, for the super sticker. I can't see what it is. I don't have my thing up like a moron. What is it, Script or Mecca? What do you guys got?
Oh, it's that thumbs up pair.
Okie dokie. Thank you so much, Raging Rhino. I appreciate that.
Who do you call it? Diego Flores actually has. I lost it. I had it and I lost it. Dang it.
You're right in chat. Mecca was called a fake geek girl one too many times. Exactly. That's why I kind of stick to my more obscure stuff, and I try not to like share anything with anyone, so I don't have to prove how much I know about something to be credible to talk about it.
Did I miss the Deranged Lunatics super chat?
I don't know. Well, anyway, while you're looking at that, Diego.
Oh, I did. Here it is.
Oh, okay.
Mecca really classes up the giant. Well, of course she does. That's why we have her here. Sorry for missing that.
Classes up the joint. That's cute.
Nelson Sharita sends in $5. Greatest SNL skit of all time. William Shatner, Star Trek fans to tell him, get a life. It was awesome because it was so damn true. Oh yeah, part of it. Yeah.
Well, look
definitely.
at you. You can like something at a different level. You can enjoy something like me. I like the Godzilla movies quite a bit, but I don't know every single fact about every single monster. Obviously, there's got to be a starting point for somewhere. There's got to be there's different levels of different fans of things. And if I'm just kind of a casual viewer of a superhero movie, that shouldn't discredit anything I have to say about what I like or dislike about it. And obviously my dislikes are going to be pretty much the exact same dislikes that I had previously with the last version of the exact same movie. So the trivia is fun. I like, I've been doing Jeopardy.
Trivia, if you're doing it in a fun way, but if not, if you're trying to make somebody prove something or whatever.
Yeah, and that's what I get a lot. Like I get people who want to get just prove that I know what I'm talking about with something. Prove this or prove that. And I've never really tried. I've tried not to present myself as knowing any more than I do. Or at least I've tried not to.
Got another one from Diego Flores. Jeez, I guess he's be the sponsor tonight, huh? So far, if I'm not, I gotta have to double check, but
trivia is not fun if you're my brother Dave, because
God.
Every question he asks has 50 different answers.
Well, you have to know how to do algebra and know the year that so and so was born and everything. Yeah, he doesn't understand that you got to make them at least attainable.
See, that's why I just use Jeopardy.
What street in my town has the most traffic but no fixed address? I'm like, how many streets are there in the fucking town? I got to go guess through all of them. And one of his big questions.
Well, if it's like Garfield Street, you're gonna say, "Hey, you don't have to hate Mondays to know the answer to this question." So you got to give a little clue. That's how Jeopardy works.
He says, "I like questions where people don't have to know the answers." I'm like, that's kind of the whole point of trivia. You don't have to know the answers. You ask questions and know the answers. And this, what state? Another big one. What state capital has no McDonald's? How the hell are you supposed to know that?
Is it Juneau? Is it Alaska?
Yeah, that's where Mecca was coming in with the whole you got to give something more than just that. Yeah. You got to give it. You may not find a Big Apple at this, McDonald's, but this state, something like that. No, that was a bad, because I'm sure New York has plenty of McDonald's.
Yeah, but if that were but yeah, that's the problem I get with a lot of random trivia too, and a lot of the time, especially if you're a chick in a geek fandom, you really get that a lot.
I don't have a Spanish Inquisition gift. I should get one. Yeah. Did you read this, the whole thing?
No. I'm not going to talk about her experiences. Reminds me of the image of nerds being like the Spanish Inquisition.
Right. It's the Spanish Inquisition.
The Inquisition. Let's begin. The Inquisition. Look out, sin. We're on a mission.
Is that an MGM movie, though? I know Fox released it on Blu-ray.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition from the
Monty Python.
Monty Python.
Well, there's that one too. I was thinking of that one first, and then I thought about the one in because he was singing
Takamata. Yeah.
Anyway,
you can't talk about anything.
Anyway, there's. You know what they did though that I'm happy about. Speaking of Bill and Ted from before, they moved up the embargo by a few hours.
No.
And cool. I found out when the critic screening is for you guys too, Wednesday night.
Okay,
Tom,
that works.
History World Part 1's of 20th Century Fox film.
I know, but that's what I was wondering if it was MGM originally, because most of Mel
Brooks
got
it in the MGM box set.
Yeah, because it's I think he did most of his movies through MGM first, but I could be wrong. Maybe he did most of them Fox back in the day. Because he only he's got a couple over at Warner's. I'm trying to remember. No, I think they might be Fox because Young Frankenstein is Fox.
Yep.
It's Frankenstein.
Silent Movie.
Frankenstein. Yes, it is. You're right. So it may be. Maybe he just made his last few movies with MGM. Maybe that's what it was.
I still love that bit, Terry Gar. What knockers? Thank you.
I love every Mel Brooks bit.
Oh yeah.
You kidding? Madeline Kahn, and she's with the monster for the first time, and then goes into that opera song.
That reminded me, remakes. They're doing the thing again over at Blumhouse, and fucking Carpenter's producing or signed off on it.
Is this
A remake, not a sequel?
No, but it's a remake.
They already made a great remake of The Thing. It was in '82, and it was called The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
But this will be diverse and have a woman director.
The original The Thing was actually quite diverse, aside from the fact no women in it. But
how do you know that The Thing wasn't a woman?
Could have been a female, posing as male dog, and
that means shit.
Mm-hmm.
Diego Flores, seriously, man. I hope you don't go broke, dude.
Oh man.
Also, Rob, Battletoads. Let's play when. Tom, you can't complain. It is a classic from the 90s. I would not complain. I love Battletoads.
You know,
it's got the coolest pause game music too. It's that thing. Yeah.
For gamers who complain games are too hard now. I mean, you never played Battletoads. That was
it's a hard fucking game.
Oh my god, that was phrasing. It was a hard fucking game. Yeah. But that was
fun though.
Oh yeah, it was definitely fun.
That was the reward. Like if you beat a game that was really, really hard, you get so much more of a reward than just coasting through everything by paying a microtransaction or hitting the skip button, you know?
Yeah.
Let me bring up the thing because I see I'm not as big. Like that's one of my least Carpenter films. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
But I mean, that's just because he's got so many great ones.
That was.
Which reminds me, I need to rewatch Assault on Precinct 13. It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that since video. What were you saying, Rob?
I was about to say though, when I heard that Microsoft had bought Rare, had bought Rare Studios, I'm like, you know, if you give me a new Battletoads game, I will buy an Xbox tomorrow.
You know, I can't. You know, that's funny. There's like whatever happened. Why are they not like capitalizing on? We're in the whatever you'd call it of video games right now.
Golden generation or seventh generation rather.
Well, right. I mean, like a golden age, I guess you could. Well, I wouldn't even call it a golden age, probably a silver age, I suppose. But just the fact that they're so advanced, like where the fuck is Double Dragon, Battletoads, Contra, like upgrades of these old games, like in modern forms? Like you want to see something that, huh?
They have a lot of like beat 'em ups, like they're not there. There was a newer version of Double Dragon a few years back.
Really? But I mean, I'm talking about like brand new games. Like, I mean, Mortal Kombat they keep doing, but like they did like a brand new. It wasn't just like a remaster.
Yeah, it was like a newer. Let me find it. It was not too long ago.
Imagine what you could do. Imagine what you could do with something like Dragon's Lair now.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, all these classic games. Why haven't, other than Mario and a couple of them, why did they never try to?
Neon. It came out in 2014.
All right.
But it's basically a 2D. It's still pretty much a 2D side scroller beat 'em up.
See, you might as well just play a remastered version of one of the old games. No, I'm talking about like what they did with like Metal Gear and stuff like that. Even though I wasn't a fan because I couldn't play it because it made me sick. But I know you're a fan, Rob. I mean, like, what happened to all these games, man? There's tons of them they could have updated. But anyway, back to this thing reboot. It's in early development, according to Variety. This just dropped 4 hours ago. Did I share the link, Rob?
Yes, you did.
Go ahead and ramble that out real quick.
Blumhouse Productions and filmmaker John Carpenter are developing a reboot of John Carpenter's 1982 horror classic, The Thing. Variety has confirmed the project is still in early stages of development and no other details have been hammered out. Carpenter first revealed the news on Saturday on a panel on the Fantasia, whatever it is, International Film Festival. During the interview, Carpenter discussed finishing the score of Halloween Kills, a sequel to the 2018 reboot of another Carpenter favorite. That film, produced by Blumhouse and directed by David Gordon Green, was originally pushed to 2021 due to the great toilet paper shortage. Later in the Q&A, Carpenter was asked if he had talked with Blumhouse chief Jason Blum about directing any projects himself. I have. I don't know about that. I I have? I don't know about that, Carpenter said. But we've talked about, I think, and he's going to be going. See, I can't stand like when they record things.
Carpenter might have been serious because he might.
Tom, you cut out.
Tom?
Well, I'm cut out. Yeah, but we talk. I think he's going to be working on The Thing, rebooting The Thing. I'm involved with that. Maybe down the road.
No, I cut out.
Yeah. Well, I decided to finish that thought. Carpenter declined to reveal whether the project would be a prequel, sequel, or remake. The core story of The Thing, about an Antarctic research team contending with a parasitic alien life form that can imitate other people, has been revisited a few times in Hollywood. It's based on the 1938 novella Who Goes There? By John W. Campbell Jr. The first was a 1951 RKO Radio's Pictures movie under the title The Thing from Another World. Carpenter's version starred Kurt Russell and Keith David and was initially a critical and box office disappointment, but the film's grisly creature effects and tense story of the futility of paranoia helped make it a cult sensation among horror fans and is widely regarded as one of Carpenter's finest. In 2011, Universal released a prequel by the same title starring Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Joel Edgerton and directed by Matthias Van Houw. Yeah, that unpronounceable Scandinavian name, but without Carpenter's creative involvement. It opened to mixed reviews and muted box office. Where's Andre when we need that name?
I just can't see it on my screen. It's too small, and the link's still not loading on my end.
Mathis Van yeah, I can't pronounce that name. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna butcher it. Where's that? It's pronounced whatever.
Just go do that. Just
yeah. Usually I run it through a how do you pronounce whenever I have to
Google?
Yeah. Do you pronounce the name? And then I just as closely as I can emulate that. And it's pronounced. It's okay. We get the audio.
Van Engine.
Okay, yeah, that didn't do me. That didn't do any favors.
Van Engine.
That sounds worse than any way I could have done it. That's where I am now.
Van Engine.
Gesundheit.
I mean, if Blumhouse decides to remake the 2011 The Thing prequel, I'd be for that because that was terrible.
Mm-hmm. Scott Barrow says, "Ask the crickets." You got us a win. Thanks a lot. That was a lot of help. Google. Mark's 47. The darn that cricket. Hey! Don't say anything about it. Buddy's been with me a while. Okay.
I'm gonna step on him.
No, you're not. It's
Give him rat poison.
No.
Feed him to a cat. Without giving him the rat poison.
Don't spiders eat crickets or something like that? Or,
I don't know.
Frogs eat crickets, I think.
Did you see the alligator floating down the river on a couch?
Mm-hmm. The vicious Crocostimpy.
He's so cute.
Yeah, you would think an alligator's cute.
Well, he's floating down on the river on a couch. Of course it's cute.
Yeah, he's chilling out before you eat something. I mean, it's alligator, and yeah. Where was that?
Well, I sent it to you on Twitter, but it's all watermarked.
Oh, it's not alligator. It's a crocodile, I think.
Well, it's on Gators Daily, so
Well, whatever it is.
you can't really see. I guess he does have a pointed nose.
Crocodile on the couch.
Crocodile on a couch. This shows you how much we care about The Thing. They got me. I don't think I even saw the original.
You know, buddy, a friend of mine used to be a a cop in West Palm Beach, Florida, years ago, and he would say they would go on at least 1 or 2 what they would call nuisance gator calls a month. Alligator would wind up at the bottom of somebody's pool in somebody's backyard.
He's just swimming. Go swimmies.
Yeah, you don't want to go swimmies. Yeah. Take you down for a death roll.
Well, I'm not going swimmies with him. He can have the pool.
Freaking crocodile hunter will be right in there. Just a guy I used to work with, my other brother, said he was in India, and he was working in India, and he was trying to get a refrigerator for the break room, a place he used to in the shop he worked, and the owner of the place wouldn't budge, and there was a pond out back. He said, if I swim the pond, that's filled with crocodiles, you have to buy a refrigerator for the break room. And he said, okay, deal. And it was like, he comes out there, with the, waving to everybody, waving. There's guys with shotguns, ready in case something happens, He starts swimming out to the middle of the pond, stops in the middle, waves to everybody, gets to the other side. And all the guys that worked in the place just grabbed him, hoisted him up on his shoulders like he was Lindbergh landing in Paris. Hey! And they asked him afterwards, weren't you scared of the alligator? He said, no. He goes, crocodile won't eat anything that's bigger than them. They see him too big to swallow in one bite. So, he's okay. I wouldn't have done it. Dread Pirate M. Slow down, man. Diego Flores, $5. Have you guys thought about doing a parody of Boneheads of Cinema with Frank Marshall wanting to make Congo? See, no, Frank's not a Bonehead of Cinema. Isn't that right, Frank?
Hell no.
Let's ask Frank. What did you think of our real Boneheads of Cinema with your wife?
Oh, it was beautiful. It made me cry. It was like seeing an angel have sex with a unicorn. I don't think there could be a more beautiful thing. Except for that Boneheads thing. That was more beautiful than that. But an angel having sex with a unicorn is pretty goddamn close.
Yeah. But I imagine they would have to both own a copy of Congo, wouldn't they?
And some condoms. Even though it's magical sex, you still got to be safe.
That's right.
No, $9.99 on Blu-ray. Check it out.
Thank you, Frank Marshall.
No, thank you. All right, we got Diego Flores. Did you read that one already, or is this the?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I always do this one. Cesario JPN. Sorry about that, Cesario. And I should remember that because your sorry is in your name almost. The last good Battletoads was a limited time DLC for the latest Killer Instinct video game. Yeah, I saw you guys talking in the chat. Evidently, they have been doing some more. He says the new Battletoads coming up is complete woke trash. Well, that's not good. I should know better than to have said that now that I know what's going on with video games. It's worse than movies. So,
I don't understand. Like I said, it's well, not are they making money with the like stuff like The Last of Us 2? I don't. It doesn't seem like they are, or they are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Tim Tingle brings up a good point here with $4.99 super chat. Thank you. How about they spend the money to restore the Howard Hawks version of The Thing instead? The only DVD quality is currently available. Well, that's just a damn shame.
See,
I don't think it's about time it got a 4K. If not,
see, I picture Battletoads being like a platformer, a beat 'em up platformer, like Ratchet and Clank with all kinds of wacky weapons.
How do you make Battletoads woke? Like, I really gotta understand. I don't understand. They're fucking frogs.
You gender swap
Or
them.
toads, to be more. What?
You gotta gender swap them, and you gotta have all human characters for narcissists and racists to identify with, because they have to see everything in color and gender.
I don't get
I
it.
have to see myself on screen. I have to see something that represents me.
Yeah, I want a 300-pound Spider-Man with asthma and fucking diabetes.
Diabetes.
I got diabetes.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'm getting slammed for is saying that I I don't need as much representation as these narcissists, and that if you're only telling me something about a TV show based on your representation, like that Disney show that is just marketed as a bisexual show, it's gonna have biracial and first this and that, and they don't even tell you the name of the TV show.
Yeah, yeah, they don't even tell you the name of the show. It's like a pro whatever SJW show coming from ABC, but they don't tell you anything about the show other than it's all this and that and the diversity crap about it. Yeah, well, what was the name of the show? I don't know.
They barely mentioned it. These shows they're just shows for people. They're just shows for narcissists who want to just make themselves.
Was there anything left of this article, Rob, before we?
Not really. No.
Okay. So, I mean, Blumhouse, I'm not surprised after the whole Halloween thing. They're going to probably remake all of Carpenter's movies. What do you think, Script?
Well, I mean, they've remade a number of Carpenter movies already. Blumhouse is
but
a
I
better
mean, now
choice
that
to do
Blumhouse,
it than,
with Halloween, their success with Halloween, I think, is what I'm getting at here.
Yeah, I mean, Blumhouse is the better studio to do it, in my opinion, because they keep things very low budget. And might work, but I don't know. I'll hold my breath because if it is going to be a remake, then I'll be disappointed. But if it's going to be like a sequel or something, then I'll be interested.
What's this?
Mr. Wolverine 007 sends in $5. I've been playing the new Battletoads for the past few days. It's great so far. Don't see any wokeness. Yeah, I'm not sure how you could, but I'll have to check into that. I didn't even know there was a new Battletoads game. There we go. Plot? Got a plot? Yeah, somebody's got to maybe can find a plot thing for it.
Remember the critic? Plot. That's a strange word. Plot. Well,
I guess we got some news coming in here. I don't know if Mecca. Where do we get this from? The first part.
I got it in a DM. I don't know if they want me to say.
Don't say who because we already
public knowledge now.
But here's the thing is supposedly on the production list that's for Strange New Worlds in Toronto, but Script says it's not.
It's not on the actor list, but it's on the IATSE list. And the IATSE list is like a placeholder. It's not 100% confirmed. It just means that they're looking for people to put out. So like they'll have so like on the actual list, it shows the producer, the line producer, production manager, coordinator, and all that stuff, but it doesn't show a director or a director of photography, which means that they haven't actually hired any crews. So it's all these people that work under Secret Hideout anyways, just logging in dates and getting all their paperwork situated in the event that they go into production for that window. And I posted a link in the private chat where you can scroll down and see exactly what it is, because it is a publicly accessible link, like it's not private or anything.
So like that's what I was kind of thinking. It was just them saying, oh yeah, we're planning on doing this. I don't mean shit.
Do you think that somebody who's like super loyal to Kurtzman just put this on the list just to kind of get people to?
Well, they could be putting it on there just because they want to do the show.
They can put on there to want to do the show. They can put on there so that they have a paper record for when they apply for the tax credits for that season, for that year.
And so that's the thing with this show is it could be this. And here's the thing I keep saying about this show. This show is like a step above Lower Decks in a sense that, oh, by the way, speaking of, remember when I was curious if any of the Lower Decks people had anything to do with short treks? Mike McMahon wrote one of the short treks, by the way, the animated one. But anyhow, no, like I think this is more or less one of those things this is something that was prepaid for. Like they have the sets, they have this is old Trek used to do. They're just reusing everything. So even if CBS probably doesn't get anybody to distribute it, it's probably cheap enough for them to make on their own, like Lower Decks.
That's my assumption, because look at the short treks already. They already have the set. They already have the main cast. They already have the actors. They can just grab some random day players for background characters. They don't even have to give them names, just like they did, Ensign Left Eye and Mrs. T and not Sulu, those people. They'll be really easy to do. I won't be surprised if we see this one because like I hate to say this, they kind of did everything right by just building their existing stuff for their first show and then having it there and trying to write within what they've got. That's classic bottle episode TV. And if they can do that, I think it might be pretty easy to sell. And I am not excited for it at all, but I'm not going to be surprised. I'm like not making excuses for it. I'm not.
No, I think it's going to happen.
I'm
Out of all
bored
the
with
shows, out of all the shows they've talked about, I think that the one that has the most chance of happening is this fucking Strange New Worlds for that specific reason. It's basically a bottled it's a bottled show already.
Yeah,
They have it pre-sold. It doesn't have to be pre-sold at all, even.
Yeah, they already have the costume design. They just need to make a few more for the rest of them. They already have.
They even have the Enterprise set from the end of season 2 STD.
Yeah, they could have actually dismantled that one and moved it over to Mississauga.
Well, and that's what you were kind of speculating on and trying to find out for a script. So I have a feeling that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I mean, and I know that's like everybody's like, what? No, no, we're just reporting it as we see it, folks. I have a strong feeling that one of the next shows coming out is going to be the Strange New World show. Discovery may be dead. That may be true because I still have yet to hear of Netflix showing it overseas yet.
Yeah.
They still haven't announced it, and it's like just over a month away. Not even.
Yeah, and if they start filming
just over a month. My bad. Yeah.
If they start filming this, it's going to line up with they wanted to start filming something after season 3 of Discovery. What they're supposed to be filming right now that Discovery is wrapped, they're supposed to be filming Section 31. They're not, as far as I know. There's no series. So that's as far as I know. I don't know.
That's been sitting forever.
Oh, yeah, and plus Michelle Yeoh probably only had a limited amount of time to get to work with because she's a huge movie star and she's going to be in Shang-Chi. She's going to move on with her career. She's not going to wait around for some little TV series, some little CBS All Access series. I mean, if she's going to wait around for a TV series, it's going to be for Netflix or HBO Max.
Yeah, and you can't tell me they were just simply waiting for this, that, or the other. Like I don't think they sold the show. I think that's what it's been sitting on. And I mean, because I don't know if script was even here yet, but we had heard rumors way back when that and they were pretty solid rumors that her people were pissed because they'd been jerking them around for so long on this, and they told them flat out if the show wasn't going to start by a certain point, then she wasn't going to be available.
Mm-hmm. And that makes a lot of sense too with a very busy actor like that, because you can't just I think modern day actors are not as tied into the contracts of, well, you can only do this and you can't do anything else while we wait for this. Because I remember that's what screwed over George Reeves' Superman, was that he wasn't allowed to do anything else while he played Superman. And as the years went on, they filmed fewer and fewer episodes, so he was making less and less money, and he was going through all kinds of crap.
I will say that usually the studios have the upper hand in most of these contracts. Like, it's usually a sit-up situation where they can use the actor if they want to, but if they don't want to, they don't have to.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it's probably, if a situation like that's true, it would probably be very difficult for CBS to go to any kind of arbitration or take her to court, considering they haven't sold the show yet.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, they're kind of probably at like the stalemate. Like, they can't really hold her to any contract if there's no show sold. Like, if they can't give her a start date, like, that's the thing. Like, they probably have
a director attached to the series for the pilot.
I mean, I don't know
that's
how
the
many.
one thing we should be keeping an eye out for, especially on the website link I sent you guys.
Oh, speaking, they just finally announced the showrunner for the fucking Nickelodeon show, and this was announced at the same time as Lower Decks.
Oh, yeah.
That means they haven't even fucking started, or they're just getting started on it.
Or they've just been keeping it quiet, but that's kind of rare.
I was going to say, I think it's more so like they're just about 3 months deep into this show now, because they knew this was the only thing they could get going. And I think that was the whole thing, because if I remember right at the beginning of this pandemic, wasn't that Mecca when they finally just decided to send the show to series instead of anything? Like, they just bypassed the whole fucking pilot crap with it, if I remember right.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
Because it was an animated series, and they just like, go, get it done, go, move, kind of thing. This thing still ain't going to air for another year, probably. I guarantee you, next year, this time, it may be the first time we see anything of this show. Besides the title.
Who cares about lawless teens in space?
Hey, yeah, this isn't for us, but that's not even the point. I get it.
I hate to think that we're going to get the Pike series, but now I'm thinking there's probably a 75% chance we're going to get it.
Oh, we're getting the Pike series. I bet you, just because it's pretty much prepackaged. Yeah.
It's not like we don't already have a trailer.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to really cause a whole lot of stir is that CBS will have to foot the entire bill for it.
And I don't think it's going to be that big of a bill, like we've been just saying, like taking us back again. This is the way old Trek used to work. This is why they were able to have 2.3 shows in a movie all at the same time, is because they had all the sets and all that shit, and they just kept
interchanged a lot.
Yeah.
So the question you have to look out for, and I'll see what I can do on my end, is that have they built a Planet Hell set over at the CBS studios in Mississauga? Because it is a big facility, and if they rebuilt the Enterprise bridge over there, and they want to make sure that they're able to keep costs down low.
Whatever you're showing isn't showing up, Mecca.
Oh, I haven't started yet. We do have a trailer, and Rob was supposed to introduce it, but we do have a trailer for the new.
Even there, I think. Oh, that was you. I thought you said beer.
Coming to CBS All Access from the makers of Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard,
sheer fucking hubris,
and Short Treks. Comes a new series that's more of the same old, same old. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Coming to CBS All Access, if it still exists.
Well, and that's the other thing, is it's not CBS All Access anymore either, really.
Yeah, exactly.
If season 2 of STD was really pretty much just a backdoor pilot for this. The whole season.
Kind of, but I don't think they planned on it. I think that's the thing. Like, I think Mecca brought this up before, or somebody else has. Like, the whole thing is they didn't expect probably Pike to be a really well-liked character, at least the way they portrayed him. Like, I think it was more so that the reception is like, oh, we finally got something that they like. Because, like like the Not Some Kid Drawing points out, strange, there sure are a lot of white folk on this show.
Yeah.
I think their target audience of SJWs don't like that, but they don't like to admit that they don't like that.
Well, that or the Drekkies, they can't, because if they say, then
they're labeled as a racist. Like, look at the one who was during your roundtable. You had the one in chat who followed me over to Twitter. Because you only complimented, in her opinion, the white characters. Except for Cyborg, which
was funny, because that was the only fucking character I think I gave credit to on anything, other than finally up to that third episode when I gave Jerry O'Connell or whatever character something.
Oh yeah, the first officer. Yeah,
that was the first time, other than Cyborg Kid, that I've ever said anything good about anybody. And I did say I felt sorry for the green chick too. Are they considering her a white character now?
It's possible. Hi, Alex. How's it going?
Alex who?
And I, as a writer, if you want to come on the show, just DM me. I follow you. Just follow me back.
Alex
so just 2 minutes ago, he tweets out, get to know the young Michael Burnham in the short animation, The Girl Who Made the Stars. Is this the one
I don't want
that Alex? I was going to say, like, that.
Is that the one? Is that the one that? I just linked it in private chat here. Is that the episode that Mike McCann wrote?
McMahon? Let me see.
That
was
Short Trek, the animated one, or was it the other one, the A-Frame and Dot? It's probably the other one.
Oh, that was the wrong link.
I don't want to get to know the young Michael Burnham. Okay,
I'm trying to remember which episode it was now.
She's an insufferable know-it-all.
No, I don't think it was this one.
Okay, so you got the Frame and Dot where they had literally the Jetsons sound effects.
I think so. That's why I was saying, like, yeah, it's
okay. It's just coincidental that just 3 minutes ago he just tweeted out something about the Short Trek. So.
I ain't listening to us. If he is,
well,
he's sitting there cutting himself. If he is.
He's real bonehead. So.
The Escape Artist is the one he wrote.
Oh, The Escape Artist. Which one was that? Oh, that was the Dumb Hike one, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't watch any of them. I have
Well,
literally
I don't remember
watched
that one.
no short treks except for the one you guys forced me to watch.
oh, that was Q&A. That was the singing Spock one.
Yep, that's the only one I've watched.
Ugh.
Oh God.
I've watched them all.
Nobody's ever noticed that I've managed to get away with not watching any of the short treks. I feel like I've gotten away with something like, yes.
You got away with murder. I guess that's your payment for watching Ghostbusters 2016. I think I'm gonna make Rob watch
I
Ghostbusters.
still haven't watched it yet.
Escape Artist was not really Harry Mudd one, I think, says Mark 47, so that might have been the one.
Yeah, that was the Harry Mudd. I don't think. I
Oh,
saw,
that's
did
the
I?
one where Harry Mudd just has basically robots of himself that he turns in for his own bounty.
Oh, that was actually probably the best one. It wasn't a Star Trek episode. It was a Stargate episode, easily.
Well, that plot feels very much like what Harry Mudd would do, but I thought the execution was really lackluster.
Yeah, that's the one Rainn Wilson directed himself in, right?
Yeah, I got his autograph thing. That was my free autograph I got. It's like it'd be better if it was any other one of his characters that it was autographed for.
Oh, you got his at the Rob. Who'd you get? You got Neelix, right?
Yeah,
Ethan
yeah.
Phillips?
Free one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the captain's chair tickets that they got, they got their free Neelix autograph.
Well, we got one free autograph, is what it was, and they had a truckload of them.
Yeah, just a
And
box full.
yeah, and by the time I got over there, they had been pretty picked through, and you weren't allowed to pick any. They just gave you one. But the one I can't even remember what one they gave me first. I'm just like, I have no clue who the fuck this is or whatever. And
Probably not a Star Trek one even.
I have no. It was somebody who was probably on like one episode or something. I don't even recognize who the actor was or whatever. They could tell by the look on my face, and they're like, "Well, we'll give you one more draw." And I'm like, "Yeah, please." and I got Rainn Wilson, I think, the second time. So I'm like, I guess I'll take Rainn Wilson. Could be worse. You know?
Just Dwight Schrute in cosplay, that's how you look at it.
Yeah, Mary and
I mean, I don't hate Rainn Wilson. Sorry.
No, he's great. He has one of the best interviews with Harold Ramis out there.
No, Mecca, you were saying something there. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was answering Mary in chat. Yeah. Rob got Ethan Phillips's autograph as the free pick out of that bin.
Oh, Lord.
Now that he remembers.
That's
He's the only one who didn't get baked that trip.
I'm looking at something here.
Are you watching porn? What are you doing?
No,
Are you playing
no,
Grand Theft Auto?
That he probably is.
Oh, somebody did bother to upload the next two lower decks episodes to you know where.
Oh, somebody let us know that. Okay.
Apparently.
Finally, they did. No.
Finally, 2 weeks later.
No, well, I was gonna say I think somebody told me they were up the next day, but not like the short treks where they took days and days, but weeks. I think it was on the ones, but no, it is what it is. Look, I just want a good Star Trek. It's not going to happen while Alex Kurtzman's involved, but you know what? There's a silver lining, and her name is Emma Watts.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get ready to rumble. Did you see our video?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was funny. Rob's like, do Judge Mills Lane. I'm like, no, let's do the other one. Then somebody's like, you're going to get copyrighted. I'm like, I know he has it copyrighted, but let him come after us, I guess. I mean, it's fair use. I'm not showing any video of him. But I don't know. I feel it's funny that you can copyright a saying like that. I didn't even know you could.
Yeah, well, if it's unique,
Sure.
it's a unique
I think it's a trademark, right?
A slogan, I guess, yeah, but still, that's pretty fucking generic.
yeah. I mean,
Well, I suppose even so is eat fresh, but
yeah, something like something like on ice. Put it on put something on ice. Ice is already something that's out there. You can't copyright that.
yeah. Well, I still say we should have copyrighted Streaming Wars. God damn it. Oh well.
Trademarked it probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry. Oh well.
Remember J. Jonah Jameson? He goes. He said, "Go down to the patent office. I want Doctor. What did he want copyrighted?
Doctor Strange and something else I can't remember. Or no, Doctor Strange was already taken. That's what it was. Yeah.
Go down and copyright it. I'm a quarter anytime someone says it.
On a quarter every time somebody says it.
You gotta love J. Jonah Jameson.
I resent that. In writing, it's libel. That's my favorite line by him. He stole my costume. Oh, I haven't watched those in a while. I got them in 4K too. I suppose, folks. What do you say we call this a night? It's fucking 8 o'clock already. Sorry for starting late, but we gave you a good 90-minute show. So beware of the Windows update, folks. It's a bitch.
Oh yeah, clear an afternoon to do that on like a Saturday or a Sunday. Don't plan on doing anything for a few hours, or just set it to update and just turn your monitor off and just go, make dinner or whatever,
See, that's what I thought. It's not a copyrighted phrase, it's a copyright of the broadcast it came from. Well, he'll have to figure out which one it is first. Oh, he was in Galaxy Quest. I forgot all about that. Yeah. Speaking of Galaxy Quest, you know who directed Galaxy Quest? The same guy who directed Bill and Ted's Space and Music.
Mm-hmm. That's
right. Do you not?
Right.
I say you not have your sounds up or what?
Yeah, I had
All right, folks. Let's get out of here. I got so much shit to do. It's not even funny. I'm sure everybody else has got shit to do. Mecca, check out her channel. Check out her videos. I'm sure she's done 10 of them in the last 2 days. I
got one coming up.
DC stuff.
After this, I'll probably do a. Oh, what do you guys want? You want the Powerpuff Girls video right after this? Tell me in chat. You want Powerpuff
Put
Girls?
A P for Powerpuff.
Yeah, P for Powerpuff Girls, or B to learn why Americans should learn white European languages and not Spanish.
The what?
Spanish is the European language.
I know.
Okay.
I made a video on it.
Check out Scripps channel.
Triggers snowflakes.
Okay, there you go. Scripps been doing a bunch of the lower decks stuff and all that business lately.
Yeah, I'm just kind of finishing up my my video tonight, so hopefully I'll have it ready for tomorrow.
You really need to let me do you an intro, you know that, right? We got tons of P's, so it looks like Powerpuff Girls. Got one for Spanish. Oh no, that just okay. Never mind.
I think that was the joke. Is that it's a funny one. This Tumblr snowflake SJW is like, people learning all these other languages are just racist and appropriating languages. They should learn white languages like European ones and not things like Spanish or Japanese.
Yeah, that looks like Powerpuff Girls went on that one.
Right.
Oh Lord.
All right, I'll be up in a couple here.
All right, folks. Rob, you got any music for me or anything?
Maybe.
We'll be back later on this week, of course. So we'll see you then, folks.
Which, of course, in German means a whale